For CE Magazine's News from the Show, I'm Stuart Schley. We're here on day 2 of Cable Show 2012, if I have the year correct, with Duncan Potter, Vice President of Marketing for EdgeWare.
That's correct, yes.
It's good to have you with us. Thanks for taking some time, because I know everybody's busy at this show. You and I haven't met. You and I and your company haven't met. So give me the elevator pitch about what you guys do.
EdgeWare specializes in video delivery, distributed video delivery systems. The company was founded 6 or 7 years ago, based in Stockholm, in Sweden. And we were one of the first organizations to build Flash-based servers. And at the time, everybody was telling us, well, that Flash technology is really built for MP3 players. But what we believed was, and has been proved very correct, was that this was a technology that was reliable enough and was efficient enough in terms of its power consumption and space requirement to be deployed really anywhere in the network. And what that's given us the ability to do is to build very large, distributed, very highly scalable networks. And what we've then done is layered on top of that the relevant software technology to allow a very efficient content and asset propagation capability, as well as session management and all of the other things that are required for a video delivery infrastructure. When we went and looked at that, especially as we started to see the very big move for operators to really understand how to monetize over-the-top traffic or multi-screen traffic, what we found was that, in effect, what we built, we had about 80% of the components that were required to build an operator CDN. A video-based CDN. So what we've been doing over the last couple of years is to expand our offering. One, to add in the multi-screen protocols, and the second piece is to add in the CDN infrastructure.
Okay.
And that's now being borne out. So about a year ago, we announced the framework, distributed video delivery networks. At IBC in Europe, we announced the products. And actually, we've been doing some follow-up announcements here for our new server technology. So the two dimensions that we're really talking about here are the first piece is actual customer deployments. Now, obviously, most of those have been in Europe. That's where we're based. But we're now starting to see a lot of interest in the US market and in the US cable market as well for this type of technology. And then the second piece is the integration with partners to help us both enter the market and also to complement what they're doing in this market. So the first of those announcements is something that we made on Monday this week, which is integration with SeaChange.
Okay.
We're obviously very well known in this space. But as SeaChange have moved their strategy to more of a software-based organization, what that's given us an opportunity to come in and actually do the video delivery piece and integrate with both what was the Aventis organization, as well as looking at how we can actually integrate with some of their existing legacy systems.
Can you talk about your market presence and kind of some of your customers, your customer base?
Yeah, we can certainly talk about some of the European ones at this point because they're very well established, and these are a lot of tier ones. So our biggest customer is the incumbent sort of telco organization in the Scandinavian region. As you can imagine, they were the first and early adopters of this kind of technology.
You were there, right?
So that's Telia Sonera, and then we have very big deployments with KPN in the Netherlands, both on the IPTV side as well as the multi-screen side. And this is very typical of what we're seeing at the moment. Obviously, once you build an IPTV network, it's working well. You've got a lot of subscribers. Let's not mess with it right now. Let's not introduce risk. So let's build a multi-screen infrastructure. The benefit that we had was that we solved a lot of issues for them on our IPTV network, and they came back to us and said, "We really like that. Now, could you please do it on the multi-screen?"
This is KPN.
This is KPN.
Okay.
And then Belgacom was the same as well.
Okay.
Belgacom is the incumbent in Belgium.
The SeaChange relationship has helped you open doors and introduce you to prospective customers in the U.S. as well?
Yeah, so the first deployments that we're working with in SeaChange are actually outside the U.S., so there's some real benefit on both sides for that one.
Right.
Because these are customers that we know well and we've been selling to as well. And obviously now what we're doing is working on how we can actually, benefit or bring those benefits into it.
So you talked about rising interest among the U.S. cable industry in some of these types of architectures and solutions. Big picture view, what's driving that? What's different today from 3 years ago?
I think the really big thing is what we've now got is the conventional view of I'm going to deliver whatever my video asset is to a set-top box, which is going onto a regular TV. All of that has been swept away by the massive predominance and requirement for a true multi-screen solution. And obviously it's branded by various people in various different ways. But basically what we're talking about is the desire, because it's still not quite there yet, but it's the desire to be able to view any asset on any platform, anywhere.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of challenges with that. There's obviously all the legal framework challenges, but there's a lot of technology and huge network challenges for this. Because all of a sudden what you're doing is moving way outside the very controlled cable environment into the what from a cable standpoint is almost the semi-organized anarchy of the IP
The
environment.
Wild West. It's a technological change, but it's kind of a cultural change too for this industry.
Absolutely.
I think you guys started the company 6 years ago. You said?
The company was founded actually in the end of 2004, 2005. First products 2007. So now the interesting thing from that standpoint is basically what we've been able to do is very cleanly evolve the product set. And that basically means that if you take a look at the original product, obviously the underlying technology is different and has evolved, but it looks the same. A lot of the core software that we use is an evolution of that core software. So this isn't something where we've had to change.
Appreciate, Duncan, you taking some time to
Thank you very
visit
much.
with us during a busy show. Good luck.
Thank you.
For CED Magazine News from the Show, this is Stuart Schloss.